Thank you everyone for joining us for another amazing episode of Executive Insights, where every week we answer 4 business questions.
3 from various levels of your business journey and 1 personal question from a business owner.
Today we will be talking about Marie's favorite question, community over competition, building networks, alliances, and support systems. I'll be your host, Gervais Nelson, CEO of FaceTime, as well as the founder, there is no co, the founder of FaceTime Foundation, alongside the superstar today, my amazing co-host.
Hey y'all, I am Marie Rose, CEO of Rosebud Studios, CEO of Legacy Leaders Coaching now, and also founder of Rose Petals of Success.
All right. This is for our aspiring entrepreneurs, those looking to start a business, interested in business, you just maybe have some general business questions or just curious. Question number 1 is for you, and it goes, when you're getting started, it can feel like everyone around you is competition. What is the first step to shifting your mindset from competition with others to collaborating with them? I love that question.
I do too. First of all, I feel like the shift of your mindset is understanding what you bring to the table. There could be so many things of this, so many businesses in the same industry, but each person brings something unique to their business or to their idea, their perspective. So sharing with someone else is not making your plate any emptier. It's actually filling it because you bring in the skills of another business to your idea. Learn from their practices, learn from their selves. I think the biggest analogy or example that I usually go with is the bread aisle, because that's what everybody looks at, right? Mm-hmm. That there's so many different breads, different types of bread or different brands of bread in the bread aisle, or different straighteners in the hair store, but each one is different because somebody put something unique in it. I feel like when you say competition, that everybody puts their blinders on, and that's when I started. I really felt like I needed to have blinders on for the first 4 years of business. I didn't look at anybody's business. I didn't do any research with any of my competition. So many people were mimicking other businesses, and I didn't want to be influenced. When in actuality, if I studied different aspects of these other businesses, I may have learned more about the industry and my customer rather than trying to start from scratch. So there's pluses and minuses to it, but honestly, I feel like after what I've learned, don't use it as just put your blinders on. Use it to learn and educate yourself.
Listen, you heard it right here from the best right here. Amazing. I think for me, I'll take another part. I'll take a mental aspect of it then, because you probably hit on everything. Going from an athlete, going from playing sports, we're told do one thing, be the best. And from a mental standpoint, it's like go from being the best to how can we all win? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not just you versus the world anymore. And I think that's probably the biggest switch that you have to go through. It's not you versus everybody. And I think that's probably the hardest part, is making that mental shift from me versus everybody, me, to how can I bring you up with me? How can I bring you up with me? How can you bring me up with you? And together, we're all just propelling one another. And especially in Philly, I mean, we got probably the worst crabs in the barrel mentality there is in all the world. So just having that and just going from that to, you know what? As long as you want it, I want it, we can rise out of this together. And I think that's probably the biggest mental switch that has to happen. You don't have to push anybody down to get up.
Mm-hmm. So number 2 is for our new business owners, 0 to 2 years, where you're just getting started, right? In the early stages, how can new entrepreneurs start building genuine relationships and alliances that actually help them grow without it feeling transactional or forced?
Active listening. You gotta listen. So often we want to prove that we're the best at what we're doing, that in the process of doing that, we're not. I just want to say that I can do this, and this is what I bring to the table, but are you listening to what that person's saying so that you can collaborate? Are you listening to what the other person's saying to say, this is where they fall short? This is a shortcoming. This is a need of theirs. I think the biggest part of collaborating is trying to fulfill a need. If someone has a need, a genuine need, and you can fulfill that need, the collaborations happens real natural. I'll use Marie and I, for example. I'm not really a great networking type person outside of like being in a networking room. if it's something needs to get done, I'll do it. I'll just do it myself. I'll probably ask once and that's it. I don't want to ask no more. But where Marie is great at, what we do even with this show, I'll do the questions and different things like that. Marie does getting the host, the guests and stuff. We were talking about different ways to bring the host on right before we cut the camera on. And I think that's great because that's definitely her strength, me utilizing my strength, and together we put it together and we bring you this phenomenal podcast every week.
For me, I'm just going to say, this what came to my mind is stop walking into the room saying you don't want to be the smartest in the room, but acting like you're the smartest in the room. Because when you walk in the room and you act like you're the smartest, you're going in to sell yourself and you're going in to sell something that you have. Whereas to build genuine relationships, you're going in to observe the room and see if you can provide a need or someone can provide a need to you. It doesn't have to be transactional. You don't have to always go in selling something. Someone getting to know who you are will make them want to work with you and find out more about what you do. You don't have to walk into the room saying, hey, I'm a business coach, let me coach you, because that will turn the person off. However, if you go in and you speak and you sound like you are confident in what you know, you're confident and you're actually living what you're preaching, then the person will like, you know what, I want to talk to you more. And that is how you build those genuine relationships. We genuinely want to share and help each other now and uplift one another because it's genuine.
Question number 3. What strategies have helped you turn your competitors into collaborators or partners? And how do you decide when it's worth joining forces versus standing alone? That is a tough one for me.
So, no, it's not. An example just literally popped in my head because let me answer for me, but I'm going to say, think of what you just did when you were collaborating last year. That was your challenge.
I know.
So you cannot be associated with anybody. Let's just say that. So don't just go out here. I'm really big. The partner word couldn't come out of my mouth until this year. Seriously, I've been in business for over 5 years now, and I could never say the word partner because I didn't believe in the word partner until the person was worthy enough to be my partner. Also, the person has to understand what the partnership is. Partnership does not necessarily mean you get a percentage of my company. And so understanding what partner means and having that communication about what a partner is helps me understand if that person is worthy of being a partner with me on anything. I can't be affiliated with just any company because that will reflect my company. Yep. If I don't feel comfortable with this person simply sharing my stuff on social media on their page, then they probably shouldn't be my partner because I don't want their values to overshadow all the work that I've done or their lack of values for the people that I'm trying to connect with later or collaborate on the other end. I can't have a partner over here and then a partner over here who don't like that partner and now it's affecting my contract. I think it's always a good time to be a partner or a collaborator with another company. I feel like, why do we need to stand alone anymore? It makes you be stagnant in your business. You can't grow until you begin to branch out and share parts of you with other people. Sharing yourself and your company with other organizations, other companies give you more exposure for your business, which you should want as a business owner, and also allows you to be open to a larger network.
For me, it goes back to that openness because I am so wide open with people. If you tell me you do this, you tell me you do that, I take it as face value because I'm not going to lie to you, so why would you lie to me? So I am like fully susceptible in a lot of times because I'm taking what you say as face value. And that's why it's so hard for me because it's like you put yourself out there to say, all right, let's collaborate on this, let's make this work. And then you get people kind of like that group project back in school.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get the person, everybody's supposed to do this, and this. But then at the end of the day, like you led to, it's your brand. So if your brand is a part of this thing, naturally you're now going to pick up additional workload because this person isn't delivering on their part. And then now you're like, it could break up relationships and different things like that with people. And that's always just been a challenge for me because I'm just like, let's do it. Here's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Here, what are you going to bring to it? All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's knock it out. Like we said in question 1, question 2.
Yeah.
And then that other person doesn't deliver, but my brand and reputation is still on the line.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I can't let something that I built up as far as my name, I can build up the work, but the name, the brand, and the reputation is hard to replace. You can't rebuild that once you ruin it. So I'm really, really hesitant on that. So when it's time to stand alone, To answer the question, I think when your brand is at risk or your reputation is at risk, stand alone and rise above the situation. When is it time to collaborate? Something that I do a lot of, and I think that's probably what she was leading to. I like to work on small projects with people first. I'm not going to give you the chunk first. We're going to work on something small. So take a low risk, low reward type of collaboration first. Don't go for, hey, we got this major contract with this major thing, and you're going with somebody for the first time. If it's somebody's like, I like when I bring people on and we do something collaboratory or collaboration, like I'll have them do something for me personally, and I'll collaborate with them on something that's personally for me. I want to see how they work. I want to see how they communicate. I want to see how they conduct themselves. I want to see their level of professionalism. So before we do anything, our first collaboration is me actually hiring you for a job for me. And they don't even realize it, because it's like, you could talk about it all day, but I need to see it. And once I see it, then we can try to take something bigger, and then something bigger, and then something bigger. And then when the real big one comes along, we could tackle it together. But I think that's why I said this one's kind of hard for me, because me personally, I've been in this situation a few times, and it works. When it works great. And when it doesn't work, you get caught out there.
So this is the personal insight question where we become vulnerable to you guys. Has there ever been a time when supporting someone else's success ended up opening doors for your own growth or opportunities you didn't expect?
All the time. That's just me. Goes back to that openness. I'm open like that in a sense in business because I just believe in boosting my people up, boosting my peers up, boosting my fellow entrepreneurs. If I have a opportunity for someone or a bridge for someone, I'm going to bring them in on it. You know what I mean? That's just me, because I just believe in opportunities, and I believe in having that chance, and I just feel like you get blessed through that. It's a saying, like, every time you lift somebody up, you build an invisible bridge for yourself to reach a greater opportunity. And I really live by that, because it's like, me helping you does not short me, it only heightens me. It builds my reputation, it builds my character. If I see you succeeding and we're in the same field, that gives me more motivation to go back and build harder and try harder. There has been times in my own field where I'm not the guy for you. I can't do this job. Here's this person, they can do this better than me. That actually builds your credibility, and most people won't do that. But I have done it, and I will continue to do it, because if it's out of my wheelhouse, it's out of my wheelhouse. Because forcing it, you're going to run into problems, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to run into problems. And how that has helped me in the long run, when it didn't work out with that situation, maybe I plugged that person to that person and everything worked out great with them, that client or whatever came back around to me for another job, like, hey, I remember when you brought me Marie, but here's a job I want to work with you. I just love the way that you conduct yourself, and I love the way you bring your business. I love the way your professionalism. And I've gotten bigger jobs in pay off of doing that by referring someone else when they needed that invisible bridge. So I think that's how, if when you do it the right way, it'll always work for you in the long run. And it doesn't always have to be financially. I feel like my children and my family are blessed because of things like that. So it carries greater reward all the time.
My entire company was built off of me supporting other business owners' success to grow my business. Rosebud provides space for business development. So if they win, I win, because they're going to refer to their friends. I seek resources to help business owners so that I can share it with business owners and they can get in these same rooms. My whole business, everything is built off of me supporting someone else's success. Even though watching this, most of the information that you heard may be related directly to you in your mind, right? However, I highly suggest that you book a one-on-one with either myself or Jove so that we can make sure the information is tailored to your specific business needs.
So today we talked about the community over competition. Marie knocked that out the box, as I knew she would.
That's my
so
favorite.
Next week we'll be talking about, I think this is probably both of our favorite subject, unlocking your sales superpower, converting leads to loyal customers through strategic selling. We want to thank you for tuning in. As always, you can follow us on Instagram, Executive Insights _ located up here or down here, wherever our producer puts it. Stay inspired, never stop creating. See you next week.
See ya.